Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick overview of the new hub building for making Hero Core. Basically, if you look up in that top right corner, you'll see I'm in the middle of building it. It is pretty low level right now, but it is pretty expensive to build also, so that is part of the problem. You do have to be, I believe it's 31 to start building, but it's also a requirement after that point, so when you can, I would. If you go ahead and click on Sim Training, this is the page that comes up. Obviously, I'm at level 2 right now. You earn Sim experience as you go through the training, so we're going to just keep going through. Every one of these things right here, so that's a core. That's an experience chip. Experience chip and dust. Some of the levels are heroes like this, so you actually fight. They're super low level. I think the required was 300, or recommended, I should say. Probably not required, but I don't do anything on these battles. In fact, right now I have it on auto, but I don't necessarily recommend that either because that shit pissed me off really fast because now I can't seem to turn it off. Even when I turn it off, when I go back in, it's still on. So basically you beat this, you're going to get another drop. Every one of these that you do gets a drop. So just keep plugging away at this. Level 1 took 100 experience. Level 2 is 600, as you can see by that orange bar at the top. Level 3 is 1500, and I have no idea what it is after that because that is not in my pay grade yet. But there's going to be two different types of core. If you see here, there's core 1 and core 2. The difference is the HP, and if you ask me, I would say avoid the core 2. Looking over here, this is our cabinet, so this shows you what all of the options are. You'll notice that there is troop stats and there is hero stats. As always in this game, the hero stats are not passive, the troop stats are. There's 4 different economy types. So these here, there's research, resource, train, and troop. And then there's also 4 regular type, and those are, you can probably guess, they're fighter, rider, shooter, and troop. Main difference on those guys is obviously they don't have the economy boost, and they also have the 2 types, the core 1 and the core 2, whereas the economy ones only have 1 because you can't have HP. At the bottom there is additional attributes that get unlocked as you enhance, so it shows you the corresponding level that they unlock at. One thing that you'll notice, obviously, the higher the rarity, the more of these that will actually unlock. And if you actually go ahead and look at an epic right here, the very bottom one has an advanced to apex. You do have to be building level 35 in order to do that. And it does require some additional materials that I'll show you in a minute. But for the most part, I thought that was pretty cool since you can't usually do that. So on this page, just to kind of show you up in the corner there, that shows you your sim regeneration speed as well as your maximum sim that you can have at a time. And the speed is determined by your building level, as well as there is a thing called Sim Challenge that you can purchase, and that is these little boxes over here, and I'll show you that in a minute. But basically, if you go through and just keep training away, ultimately, eventually you're going to fill this bar up, and that is going to offer different boxes that drop. There is different page here that we'll go to in a second, and that's where you can dismantle stuff, which is great, but it is so far the only thing in the game, at least that I can think of, that when you dismantle you don't get 100% back. So you used to. So this here's the sim challenge. This is what you click on in that top corner, and you can see there's 3 columns. The far left is free, the middle one you had to buy, and the far right one you have to buy. I'm pretty sure the middle one was 10, but I don't really remember off top. It might have been 5. But I'm also too lazy to check right this second, so you guys can look though. Also, another place you can find your speed is the base stats. When you click on the building itself, if you go to details, this will pop up, and that will show you what your basically what's added to it. So if you go back here, now we're going to go to our warehouse, and this shows what core I have. It also shows what heroes have them equipped. You'll notice I do not have any enhancements on my lower level ones because why bother? You only get half back when you dismantle. So the way that you enhance is with the little green dust stuff. They're little crystal, they call it crystal dust, and then there's crystal shards too that you get later. But so basically, we're going to go ahead and I'm just looking. There's some stuff that I don't want to skip, but I want to make sure. Okay, yeah, so let's go over to dismantle. You can see there's nothing over here. That's because everything I have is equipped. When you go back here, okay, so this is the page for, so see now I have crystal dust at the bottom. I can enhance this. If you don't have enough, it looks red like that. Basically, you just keep going down the line. Once you get that whole thing filled up, then you can actually refine each of these additional attributes. And you can see what the maximum potential is for each line by going and clicking that little eye over there on the right hand side. So lucky for me, I got Rider. So these are the stat bonuses, the potential. Obviously, the higher the rarity, the higher the stat bonus. You kind of spin it like you do on your gear mods, if any of you guys have done that. I know a bunch of you have. The one nice difference is you don't have to pay $1 million bazillion dollars for locks. You just select the one that you want, and then you just kind of keep clicking away, which I am going to show you in a second. I also screw it up in a second, but basically that's how that goes. Now, there is general rule in this game is troop boost of any kind anywhere pretty much are always passive boosts, meaning that once they're activated, they are active. The hero boosts, however, are never like that. So those ones you have to have equipped on the right hero. The very last line item that is only available on the Apex is actually this skill right here, that tactical skill up at the top. So that is actually a hero skill, even though it also applies to your troops, like when they're fighting. I don't really know how else to explain that because it's not actually applying to the troops themselves, but to your hero. So if you've ever watched the videos, you'll see the heroes get activated. If you do the 5th hero tactical, then that would mean something to you. So let's go here, and you click on whatever attribute you want to change. You'll notice it's 100 each. I'm going to go ahead and, even though I really like my riders, because that's what I am, I'm going to go ahead and change that and just see what happens, because uncommon's just not going to cut it anyways. So okay, I'm just checking these other bonuses real quick. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Okay, that third line there, that one is heroes. That is not a troop boost. So, in case you're wondering why you've never seen that before, that is why. So, okay, shooter, that is not any really better. We'll do it again. Of course, fucking fighter. That's super cool. And I'm out of crystal dust, so... Oh, there we go. Okay. And I guess maybe get rid of that last blue one. Sorry, I know I'm cutting some of this out, but I know you guys don't want to sit here all day either. Okay, so fingers crossed. Garbage. Nice. Okay, well that was fast and cheap. I am not at building level 35 yet because it's fucking expensive, so we'll have to do that later. But just to kind of show you another cool thing on the training page, this little button down here, it actually has, you can pre-select what is going to be dismantled. So I did that, so when I train, it'll automatically dismantle all the green ones, so it doesn't waste my time. These are the additional materials. What the fuck are these people talking about? Okay. These are the crystal dust, the core shards, and the holo design. The holo design is going to be probably the biggest pain in the ass of all of it. Crystal dust you get from normal drops during training. Core shards, those are anytime you dismantle anything rare or better on the cores, you get those, and those are used to advance your epics up to apex. And then also for refining that the last line that I was talking about with the hero tactical skill. So you'll need these bottom two, the shards and the design, in order to do that, and they're pretty expensive, so you'll probably want to get your training level up kind of quickly, because I'll go back and show you in just a second, but the training level is actually gonna unlock some pretty cool drops, but it's pretty high. So if you go back here and you go to, okay, this page, this is the reward preview. It shows you the levels of the simulations. So the first one's pretty boring, second one pretty boring, but at least you get blue. A third one pretty boring, but at least you get purple. Then you get down to 4 and 5, and look at this. This is cool. Nanotubes. So that's fucking game changing. The fifth one, same deal, but you can also get the holo designs. So here's an Apex. I don't have any. I borrowed these screenshots from a friend. But if you look over here, you'll notice that that bottom one requires the unlock to be at 30. And at the very bottom, it'll show you the materials, and it shows you that you need those holo designs. So when you advance them to Apex, that material is what's going to be needed. Now, if you go over here, you'll see that the refinement cost for Apex is 200 rather than the 100 that we were paying for everything else. So It is worthwhile probably to do as much of that refining before you advance it. However, you wouldn't be able to get the Apex boost. So there is pros and cons with that. But one of the things, so this last boost here at the bottom is the tactical one I was talking about. That is not a passive boost. That needs to be on the hero, and the hero needs to be being used in the lineup in order for that to apply. It is kind of a game changer though, because up until now you could only get up to the 500%, which all your heroes are at 500% when they're maxed. So I'm interested to see kind of how that affects things. But I think as we play with this a little bit more, stuff will probably come up, or maybe we'll figure out I'm just full of shit and have no idea what I'm talking about. Probably equally likely. But anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for watching.